Thank you, Don. My first memory of you is treading parallel tracks on the smooth sand of Tatooine. The suns were setting on that sweltering desert, and our first night sputtered to a collective stop. And then years later, with more than a decade of episodes, sequels, and prequels like atomized Death Star particles behind us, you rolled up beside me by this rusted X-Wing and said something stupid. But you clicked and beeped, and we stared into the abyss because this planet was situated at the spot where the Empire stopped, as if construction on the universe had just ceased, and we were at the furthest forest from infinity. So we would just kick it there, two rebels, wobbling where time skipped like a clan of carefree Ewoks, and just dangle two carefree droids over the edge. Every February, I wish we were back on Endor, thwarting stormtroopers and spilling WD-40s because that shit was slick like a hyperspace getaway. I wish we were on Hoth, where even time could freeze like a gutted tauntaun. Coruscant, Cloud City, anywhere else. Something in my fist broke against Chewbacca's chessboard. Kenneth Gregory Baker. I took out my memory chip because here, in my head, were tragedies I could forget. Kenny popped the top on that beeping canister and let the Star Saga spin backwards back before Anakin plugged in these wires and fired up this cowardly shell. What use is the ability to speak 6 million languages if I could not hear, if I could not listen to the cries of help from my best friend? You were dying inside, whirring in faint, trembling hints of laser beam hymnals I chose not to hear. R2, you were not any kind of nice, quiet droid. Now, in fact, you were an asshole and a prankster, and the only things we only had in common were Luke and Leia, but that was plenty for us to spend weekends taunting Jawas or blaming reckless shit on Yoda. You, retelling the escape pod story again and again and again, longing for something wild, hot-wired, and binary to take my place. When Lord Vader showed up to your wake, the surface of his respirator polished the same black as your coffin, I thought of how we were friends. Your cryptic blips and bootleg chips, your illiterate Jedi philosophy, the way you wore your remote controls like bling. I didn't know it then, but you were suffocating. So little room in such a restrictive, confining cell. 3 feet, 8 inches, crammed in, sealed up, and ready to roll. Learning to cope, like you could just stash a soul into a clamped-down cockpit and hope you didn't get shot. But your life does not end with a John Williams soundtrack, the horn section swelling with the creep of the credits. These memories will not recycle like scrap metal tonnage. Your life is not in years. It cannot be measured, and I remember you. Thank you.